Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Teresa, and today I thought we would go and take a walk through my Monstera collection. Okay, welcome back. So, as I said, today I thought we would just take a quick view through the Monsteras that I have. I don't have too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I have 6 plus propagations if those count. I have actually, if you watched my previous video on the story of my Monstera over here, which I will show you, my big Delicioso, that was kind of my step into the world of Monstera. And since then, I've just been in love with them. They're an easy care, unneedy plant. But if you give them the right conditions, they will thrive. And you'll see that I haven't necessarily done that, or I haven't been able to. Like Monster over here is just, he's so big, and in this space that I have, I don't have anywhere to really give him the best light. But I think after this summer, I'm fully expecting him to come in and be huge and scary, and I'm gonna have to find him his own space with better lighting than the window, because this is like a northwest window. But there's a big tree out front, so even though he could get the west light, it gets covered. Anyway, I digress. So here we go. So I think what I'll do is walk you through, let's start with my Peru. So this is my beautiful Peru. I love, love, love the texture on her leaves. You can see she's shiny, she's glossy, she's beautiful. And I would say I've had her maybe a year and a half. And where I have her is in my office on a bookshelf. Now there are grow lights above her, but as you can see on the newer growth, we are getting smaller, significantly smaller. So what I want to do, what I think I'm going to do, because even though I absolutely love her in that place, she just sits so perfectly in her corner, I've been really tempted to get her up on a pole and see how she does, at least part of her. I'm deciding whether to do a pole or maybe just get her, I have wall hangings, you've seen them in the living room, and maybe get her in there under some more direct light and see if she can grow. But I know with her hanging, her leaves are not necessarily gonna get bigger. Do you know what I mean? As any trailing plant, the leaves tend to get smaller. So my thought is I'm gonna check this summer. I'm gonna decide, and I'm guessing there's more than one plant in here. I've never actually repotted her since I got her, because she just thrives. It's like, don't touch, right? If it's not broken, don't fix it. But I think it's time. I think she needs new dirt. I think she needs some love, because as much as I love her, I haven't really been showing her the love. Can you get over that? So I think what I'm gonna do with her is I am going to definitely repot her. I'm gonna see what's in here. Obviously, you'll probably be with me when I do it. And then I might decide, I might put part of this on a pole, or see how she is and propagate and put those root cuttings on the pole, and then just let her continue to grow. So I have 2, that would be better. So yeah, so that is my Monstera Peru, and I never show her off, and yet she is definitely one of my favorites. If you can see how beautiful she is. One last look. Can you see those leaves? How could you not? I think too, her leaves are a lot darker than what I've seen, probably because of the light. She's not getting as much light. I kind of like this color, which is kind of another reason why I haven't moved her into a brighter spot. I just absolutely love the dark color. And I mean, I've seen some in the nurseries recently. Well, I mean, I always see them, but just happened to notice that they are a lot lighter in color. So I'm on the fence, but we will see. So that is my Monstera. Monstera Peru. And you have seen this guy before. This is my Siltepecana, and she is, again, beautiful. Look at the leaves. Now, I haven't had her very long, few months. She's just kind of been sitting here, so she's also another one I'm thinking about getting on a pole, or at least some sort of support. I'd like to see her growing bigger. I love the big leaves, but the juvenile leaves are just so textured. I've seen them as they get bigger, and I think they lose a little bit of their texture. Little bit of that silver coloring. I don't know if you can make that out on the camera. But yeah, I mean, she's stunning, and she was one of my wish list plants for a long time, so I'm really happy I got her. She, again, I've kind of let her acclimate. I don't know what's going on with some of these leaves. I'm just seeing some weird, funky... Ooh, we might have to do a pest check on her. I don't know if it's it's not on all the leaves. I don't know if you can see that white mildew, if you know what that is. It's just on a couple of the older leaves. So anyway, I'll take, she needs to be repotted now. And again, I was kind of holding off to see whether or not she was going in pond, whether she was going in on a pole. So, but I think no matter what I do, what I might do is just get her into better, more chunky dirt, into a clean her up really good, and then probably take her out this summer and see how big she grows, maybe get some propagations off her, and then maybe I'll think about doing a pole. And again, have two. Have the main mother plant and then have another one growing on the pole. That is a possibility. So this again is my Siltepecana. Look at those leaves. Look at that silver in the leaves. It's so pretty. She looks so big on camera too. She's just a little thing. Next I have my Monstera Thai that you've seen as well. She has been repotted and that leaf has come out. Can you see this? Really, she's still hardening off, but look at that variegation. Isn't that beautiful? She's got this leaf here. It's pretty variegation. So she is definitely, I am going to get her on some kind of support for sure. I don't know. I can't put every plant on a pole, though it's tempting. Ooh. Is that a new leaf? No. It's tempting to get everybody because they'd all look so good and grow big and strong. And so I am, yeah, I did finally get her into better dirt. At least she, again, is easy to take care of. I just water. I feed her. She's, yeah. I would like to see her grow to her full potential though. So grow bigger and faster. So some sort of support, even if it's not a moss pole per se, I would like to get her trying to grow up, crawl up something like she would in her native, in her natural habitat. But yeah, so there she is. My droopy leaf hardening off. Aren't these beautiful? That leaf too. Even this leaf, it's just so pretty. So that's my Thai constellation. Did I call her that before? Okay, then we have I don't even know how to get this in frame. It's quite large and I forgot to take the globe off. This is my Adansonii on a pole. Now she hasn't been on the pole very long. Pretty. So, I mean, I'm not expecting super amazing growth, but she is. Try to get this down in the picture. There you go. If you can see this top leaf. It's, yeah, the leaves aren't getting bigger. So I'm guessing it's going to be partially light. I also put her on she's, let me think. She's probably Yeah, these two would be new since I put her on the pole. So this one's bigger. This one is small, but still hardening off. I don't know if it's going to get bigger. I doubt it. And I'm guessing it's probably light. So I am working on something for better lighting for the poles. But in the meantime, this is her. And she is just, I can't wait for her to get big. Can't wait. She's a little, her moss is a little dry, even though I watered it yesterday, so it didn't make it all the way down. The one thing I will tell you is we did the, and I know you've heard this before, we did the plastic white mesh versus the metal mesh. And I do see the difference. There we go. And we will be transferring them into the metal mesh poles or maybe the deep poles. I don't know. But for now, I mean, I love the look of these moss poles. And so I'm gearing more towards the metal mesh that you can like easily chop and extend, and hopefully when I get to that point one day. But yeah, so I gotta give her moss more water. Clearly, I didn't check after I filled their big water dish thing. So that leaves me to my last two, and I might have to flip the camera because I have this Delicioso. I don't even know if you can see it all. All right, sorry about that. I actually must have hit the button and stopped recording when I went to flip you guys around. So I have no idea where I left off. I might have been just introducing this guy. So this is, I will go through this again. This is my baby Monstera. She is about a year and a half old, I think. And yeah, I've just kind of let her grow. Honestly, just let her grow. I do want to get her a little bit under control now. I think this summer, last summer, I think I only had her out for, I think it was the end of August when I finally took her outside. So she didn't get a lot of outside time. And that's okay. I wasn't in a rush for her to grow because I've got that guy behind me. And I'm like, I'm a little afraid to have two massive Monsteras Deliciosas. So, but both of them are going to require work. So she's going to go back out again for sure. And I just can't wait for her to, you know, for her leaves to get even bigger. But I think I really need to get her on better support this time. I had no idea what to expect last year when I took her out. I kind of just put her out and ignored her. I watered her and stuff, but I just let her be. I wouldn't say even ignore her. I just let her do her thing. And all those big leaves you see along the top there is all from last summer. She does have this one here that is brand new. Not quite as big as the other ones. Still hardening off those, so there's a possibility that she'll get bigger, but I don't expect her to get quite as big as the other ones there. There's been, well, maybe not all. I think I had a few big ones through the winter, actually. January for sure. But anyway, so yeah, she's going to be a project which you're going to come along, I hope, and join me to figure out. Once we take her apart, I definitely want to get, she's not in bad dirt, but I'd like to get her in a chunkier soil. And then I might split her into two. I might put her on a moss pole. I might just put her on a wooden stake. I don't know. But this guy here, the little one, definitely I don't know. I've never actually, you can see inside, I've never actually repotted her either. So I think definitely a repot. Definitely, I'll see how many plants are in here. If there's a few, maybe I'll stake them. I'm trying to get this leaves out of my face here. If there's a few, I might stake them up on a pole and try and get one of those big. It'll be less vertical space, like it'll be less space because it'll be more vertical. And yeah, we'll see what she does. So I have a few big projects coming up this summer, but I can't wait to get out anyway. I just love working outside, and I'm a mess. I'm usually, yeah. But either way, these are my Monsteras. And if you have any advice, any thoughts, any creative ideas, please share them with me below. If you have I'd love to see your Monsteras. How are they doing? What do you do? Share your your experience. How's that? So I'll show you. There's my Peru again. I don't think I'm gonna get them all in frame because I flipped the camera all the way around. So I will say goodbye and thank you for joining. Please feel free to subscribe. Please leave a comment if you have anything. And I will say goodbye with my Adansonii.